For thousands of years, humans have cultivated the unoxidized leaves of Camellia sinensis. Long before modern medicine, these simple green leaves were revered across Asia as a medicinal marvel. Today, that ancient cultural reverence has morphed into an internet wellness obsession. Scroll through health blogs, and you'll find green tea marketed as a miracle tonic, a guaranteed fast track to melting belly fat and curing chronic disease. But beneath that layer of modern hype lies a mountain of actual data. Major medical institutions continuously study this beverage because it genuinely works. Decades of clinical trials and massive population studies confirm that drinking green tea provides measurable, functional benefits to human health. These benefits are driven by a highly specific triad of molecules found inside the leaf: a mild dose of caffeine, a unique amino acid called L-theanine, and a potent antioxidant known as EGCG. To understand what this drink is actually doing to your body, we have to look past the marketing claims and map out exactly how these three chemicals interact with human biology. A standard cup of brewed green tea contains roughly 30 to 50 milligrams of caffeine. That is enough to block the brain's sleep receptors and trigger a mild baseline level of alertness and attention. But that caffeine is swimming alongside L-theanine. This naturally occurring amino acid has the rare ability to cross the blood-brain barrier and exert a direct calming effect on the central nervous system. This chart shows how those two chemicals interact in your bloodstream. Instead of the sharp, jagged spike in energy you typically get from coffee, L-theanine physically slows down your body's absorption of caffeine. The result is a smooth, elongated plateau. Because the caffeine enters your system gradually and remains steady, you avoid the nervous jitters entirely. Your brain stays locked in a state of sustained focus and elevated mood, skipping the inevitable mid-afternoon crash. By balancing physiological relaxation with chemical stimulation, the tea functions as an ideal focus anchor for deep work. Beyond the brain, green tea also influences the metabolism, largely thanks to a type of polyphenol called a catechin. The most abundant of these is epigallocatechin gallate, or EGCG, which drives most of the leaf's systemic health effects. Inside your body, a specific enzyme is constantly trying to break down norepinephrine, a hormone that signals cells to break down fat. EGCG physically blocks that enzyme. With the enzyme neutralized, your circulating levels of norepinephrine increase. Those protected hormones then travel through the bloodstream and instruct your cells to release stored fat to be used as energy. This process, called fat oxidation, is especially pronounced when you pair the tea with aerobic exercise. However, the clinical data here requires a reality check. While this biochemical mechanism is proven, the actual number of extra calories burned is relatively small. Without a dedicated calorie deficit, drinking green tea will not cause noticeable weight loss on its own. It acts as a subtle metabolic catalyst, slightly enhancing the body's natural fat-burning pathways, rather than a miraculous solution for melting belly fat. Where those catechins truly excel is in their role as powerful antioxidants. They circulate through the vascular system, actively neutralizing oxidative stress, reducing cellular inflammation, and improving the function of the blood vessel walls. This leads to highly measurable cardiovascular improvements. Regular green tea drinkers show significant drops in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, alongside lower levels of LDL cholesterol. This chart visualizes the dose-response relationship between green tea consumption and long-term survival. As daily intake goes up, the risk of fatal cardiovascular events steadily decreases. The data shows a remarkable correlation. For every 8-ounce cup of green tea consumed per day, a person's risk of cardiovascular mortality drops by roughly 4%. Ultimately, the most significant value of this plant has nothing to do with vanity metrics. Its true power lies in defending systemic heart health and extending human longevity. But these potent chemical properties also carry risks. Green tea leaves contain high levels of tannins. In the digestive tract, these tannins act as anti-nutrients. They bind directly to iron and other essential minerals, physically blocking them from crossing into your bloodstream. Because of this interference, it's highly recommended to keep tea consumption separate from your meals, particularly if you are prone to iron deficiency. There is also a documented danger with concentrated green tea extracts. Stripping the catechins from the leaf and packing them into massive doses has been linked in clinical case studies to elevated liver enzymes and severe liver toxicity. To safely extract the benefits, public health data points to a clear, optimal protocol. Rely on the brewed whole leaf. Drink 3 to 5 cups throughout the day, strictly between meals, and cut off consumption at least 6 hours before bed to ensure the caffeine clears your system for quality sleep. Respected and timed correctly, green tea provides a precise, data-backed mechanism for enhancing daily focus and extending human longevity.